this simple diagram, in our current understanding, is how this whole world has been created by all of us. And we wouldn't say, we're not saying this lightly. We're saying this is where the rubber meets the road. This is how reality is created. This is what must change. Change or die. Change or a billion children that are right now at climate crisis risk, and 3.3 billion people that don't have access to steady fresh water, potable, drinkable fresh water. This is why. And if we don't make sense in this communication today, we're going to ask you to push back and push back and push back and say, I didn't get that, or you're wrong, John, or you don't know what you're talking about, or anything. Because if we don't get this right as an organization and as a species, if we don't get it right now, it may be that the world doesn't get it right. So it's important. So it's important we put the effort and time in, if to the degree you folks are willing to do so. So if we said that there is something out there that we could refer to as what must be, it has to be this way. We have to do things this way. We have to make decisions this way. We have to live life this way. We have to raise our kids this way. We have to run our nation this way. We have to operate as an organization this way. This constantly referred to what must be paradigm is operating in all of humanity at this time. Subconscious for most people, a derived process that then by its domino effects affects decisions, behaviors, interpretations, emotions, relationships, individual local results, and global collective results for all of humanity, and has for a long time. That what must be is it starts out as what is believed or assumed to be true, or the truth in reality, and that process then generates a sort of projective dynamic that says, well, if this is what is, and this is what must be, then the future must be an outgrowth of this perceived reality of the present moment. Are we making sense so far? Okay. So if we say that historically what we've believed to be true or assumed to be true about life, reality, self, world, tribe, economic system, business, finance, spirituality, religion, all of that is generating a very narrow series of group of options about from which we say, well, if that is what has been or what is, then this is what must be in the future. We must continue to pollute. We must continue to compete. We must continue to lie, cheat, steal, co-opt, take, feed upon each other and the planet. And therefore, we must, and via that process, we generate what will be the future. And this is a cycle. This has been a cycle of manifestation of reality by a tribalism and ego process on this planet for like a long time. It's a cycle of unconscious tribal manifestation that's killing the world and humanity's future. And the question is, how do we do something different? How do we change this? How do we change what is perceived to be, and therefore the immediately generated supposedly what must be? How do we change the foundational dynamics, the trajectory, the effect in the world and steer the Titanic away from the iceberg. We would suggest that there are underpinnings to this process, and we're going to define them. This is the baseline process, and there's an underlying driving energy and mechanism and system at work here that is recreating this delusional process of non-sustainability and competition and for-profit endeavors and greed, and keeping us blind and obscured to their effects and generating a future which is non-sustainable.